What's the problem?
I mean, we're gonna talk about it though. It's on the screen.
I mean, we got a slightly tipsy therapist. This could be gold.
Okay, so back. So, when was the last time you cried?
Baby, we can fly away. Take you to my hideaway. I can learn you night and day. Show you to the finer things, finer things. Baby, we can fly away. Me and you. Take you to my hideaway. Cancun. I can love you night and day. On you. Show you to the finer things, finer things. Afternoon cruise. Then after that, get some afternoon food. Then after that, get some afternoon.
I want to bring us back to DNA and what we inherit. And so, what are some things that you inherited or you were told growing up, like, that's just how it is? And how's that been for you when you realize, like, some of those things weren't actually true?
So we were kind of having a conversation prior to, but again, I've been speaking on like faith a lot, but faith without action, like it's been more of like you have faith, just trusting God to do it, and that's it. No, there's more to it. Like you have to put some type of action into it. Like you have to put the work into certain things. Like you can't just sit back and wait for God to move. In certain spaces, yes, because it's out of your control. But if it's in your control to fix something and to do something, then do it. So I think that's something that I definitely had to realize in life. It's like, no, I can't just sit back and let whatever else happen when I can go out and do something to help that situation.
Was there a key point that prompted you to unlearn that?
I would say probably in college. It was a struggle, like, 'cause I know we had our ins and outs, right? But
I had them with everybody.
so what is me?
No, it was not.
You got me.
College, like, and then because like I struggled with being raised by a single black man that was a pastor, a preacher, elder. My viewpoint on life is a lot different from other people's, and so it was a struggle in certain spaces, right? Just trying to connect with others, or like it shouldn't be this difficult. But then when I went to like Costa Rica and did my study abroad there, like my life just like opened up my eyes, opened up certain spaces, and it was like, why am I upset about this? Like I need to put work into this, not that. Like why am I focusing my time and efforts on things that don't really matter in certain spaces? And I remember Pat, our advisor at the time, he would say, hey guys, like what you're dealing with right now is really small. Like you think it's super, super big in this space that you're in as a young man trying to become something. I understand when you get into this real world, this is gonna be like really minuscule and small. So like those are certain things in my life that started to shift and chip at things, and I started to look at the things that I was taught growing up. Like, okay, well maybe I need to tweak this. Maybe it's more about relationship with God than religion, right? Having a relationship instead of just like being in this space of a one-liner thing of religion, because you'll never be perfect. You'll never meet that standard. And so I think that's kind of where it kind of changed for me, especially in Costa Rica, for sure.
Well, appreciate you sharing that. And I want to come back to, because we said we talked about our differences. And so one thing I had to learn that everything is in a fight.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally within my DNA. Even though like, my mom was adopted, didn't meet her mom until she was 44. My biological grandmother is very spirited. Being an Italian family and hiding a black baby she's pregnant by a black man for 9 months. And then the first time that any of her siblings ever met someone who's black was when they come home from school. And so she was always like the trailblazer or the renegade of the family, or the black sheep of the family. And so my mom being adopted, constantly fighting, and my dad my dad's been shot. And so everything was about a fight. So that's literally who I am and who I was. And it took me probably about 2 years ago to say like, I don't have to fight this right now. That takes a lot to unlearn. That everything isn't a fight. There's a lot about thriving and surviving, and it took a long time for me to delineate between the two. Sometimes I still struggle, like because like when you do something for so long, it takes longer to unlearn it.
It's good. It's a guy on social media named Eric Grace, and he talks about unlearn and relearn. And so, like, as I'm listening to you talk about it, it just reminds me of just like the idea of unlearning. But you can't just leave that unlearned, right? Like, there's something you have to do as you unlearn the things that you learn. However you learn them, there's some things that you need to learn to replace those, right? So the relearn for me is like replace the learning. Right?
I like that.
Yeah.
So the highest form of learning is unlearning.
I just say something I had to unlearn was being narrow-minded, so to speak. Like, I'm a very black and white person. Either it is or it ain't. And I realize a lot of people don't, approach the world in that way. And a lot of times, everything is not black and white all the time. So I've had to unlearn just staying in, I guess, a certain box. And also playing it safe. Like you really gotta take risks out here. Like I've always been like, I don't know, just wanna like kind of play it safe a lot in my life. I believe just because of my parents, they were like overprotective of me. And it was kind of like, you do this, you're gonna end up on drugs. Like, it was always like, everything was extreme and catastrophized. Right now it's like, even if it could be a random shooting in Charlotte, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm get that call, like, you good? I heard they was shooting over there, like,
They shooting in Charlotte, like
I'm in the crib.
No, in Charlotte.
You know what I'm saying? But
25 minutes away.
way on the other side of that.
Yeah, so I feel like just because of my upbringing, I kind of stayed in a box throughout a lot of my life and didn't take a lot of chances, which is why now, at the age I am now, I feel like I'm kind of trying a lot more different things that I kind of put off. I felt like I could have did, but I was like maybe worried about being embarrassed or, looking stupid or whatever, or failing ultimately, fear of failing.
Yeah.
So, just kind of unlearning, just staying in that safe box and just kind of everything being black and white. That's really something I had to work on.
We had a conversation not too long ago about how you were saying, like, start DJing and some other ventures that you have coming up that you were like, I just finally just said, fuck it, like, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And sometimes, like, we all have like a fuck it moment, like, worst thing I'm gonna do is fail.
Yes.
And I don't know if you're familiar with design thinking. They said fail fast and fail cheap.
Yeah.
And so I think as long as we're failing cheap, it's okay. And failure is okay.
Yes.
But in this perfectionist society, I think it has to be, because what Calvin you alluding to was certainty. Safety is certainty. Like, this has to be certain. Like, if 1 + 1, it gotta be 3. Sometimes it gotta be 4. Because I need this to work the way it's supposed to work. Because I can't afford it. I don't want to feel embarrassed. Okay, so as we transition now, I'm gonna ask a very bold question to a group of men.
No. Wait.
When's the last time you cried?
Wait.
It was 2 years ago now. It was maybe a month after my engagement ended.
Okay.
This shit just kind of hit me. And literally, I'm driving down the highway, and Kendrick Lamar song was playing. It just got me in my feelings and like bawled crying, just driving down the highway.
Wow. Was that a release? Or, I mean, I think tears are release, but like what did that release for you within that moment?
Grief.
Okay.
Grief. The grieving of that relationship, the grieving of a dream at the time. But yeah, ultimately a release that is something better that's on the horizon.
Good. I was deep. You didn't have to share that. I appreciate it.
Feel like I cry all the time, man. it's not always like sadness, you know, tears of sadness. I cry happy tears all the time. Like, you know, recently, just I feel like very often I just think about everything I came from, you know, and what I've overcome, and the place I'm at now in life, and you know that kind of brings out the emotions in me. So I cry those tears all the time, man. Just thinking about my family, stuff like that. So yeah, it's pretty often than most, I'd say. Like, but it's nothing to me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't really feel no type of way about it.
Yeah, you built that practice.
Yeah.
I would say I'm more like Calvin. I have no issues showing emotion and like embracing certain things, but also not letting it take over who I am in that moment as well. And it's funny, my cousin and I, we talk about it all the time. Like, we'll be watching like anime, and it's just like something that's in that anime, like that character development, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, bro, like, what is going on? And like, I'm losing it. So like, yeah, like I'm in tune in that space to be able to like embrace that emotion while I'm enjoying whatever I'm watching or doing or whatever the case may be. So, yeah, as a man, like you should be able to express yourself and let those things come out. Now, when you allow it to control you and dictate or change your character in a certain space, then that's a different conversation. But like being able to embrace like those emotions, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, all the time.
Emotions are a human experience, and we're not exempt to any of them. And so I love to hear men say that I can embrace all the emotions, especially one that we are typically taught that we can't that can't exist in us, right? This thing that causes us to go into emotional spaces where we end up crying, right? I often illustrate this through context of a 2-year-old little girl and a 2-year-old little boy playing on the playground, right? So a 2-year-old little girl playing on the playground, she falls, hurts herself, and in consensus, the general community says what?
Everyone runs to her.
And then what do they say? Tell me, come here, what happened? Well, same scenario. 2-year-old little boy falls, playground. What is the general consensus? I couldn't get the question. I was like, ah. Right. And so we learn from a young age that it's not safe for us to express or experience human experiences, which are emotions that literally are attached to what happens to us. And so for me, while I'm not much of a crier, where tears fall down, I've noticed that I have a somatic reaction to emotions where my body experiences what I know would be crying if tears were falling. And so for me, it's like I noticed that when I'm in emotional distress, like there are certain things that happen, and now my wife is starting to catch a hold of like, he's in a space where he's in an emotionally intense space. And it's so interesting because my wife is not, we actually just talked about this today. She's not emotionally expressive, although she's just as emotionally aware and intelligent around certain things, but she's just not emotionally expressive. And we were talking about this and how it kind of presents in our relationship around literally what does it mean to show up in our relationship. And it's funny because specifically she talks about how the men in my life are emotionally aware. And when we were younger, she'd be like, y'all too sensitive.
Oh wow.
And as we have 3 sons, I ain't heard her say it. I just ain't heard her say it. It's more like, oh, this is good. Like I know what's going on with my sons because they are emotionally aware. Whereas if we had been moving the same way in the 80s and the 90s or before, she would be like, what's going on? Maurice, I need you to talk to your sons about why they're not being expressive. We have sons that are emotionally intelligent, emotionally aware, and emotionally intelligent. Emotional intelligence is emotional awareness is identifying that I have emotions. Emotional intelligence is what do I do with those emotions, right? And so I have sons that can do both, 8, 7, and 2. They can very much do that, right? My 20-year-old daughter, that's another category, because she got big emotions. But I was talking about earlier, like we all have, in my family, we have big emotions. Like that's a real thing. And I would never shun my kids or anybody in my circle from having them. Like, no, we should be emotionally expressive because emotions are a human experience, and we have to, as people, be able to embrace that emotions exist. But to Corey's point.
I was saying, wait.
But to Corey's point.
Wait. There's more. Because years ago, I remember emotions make you cry sometimes.
And she was talking, I was singing it. I wasn't going to sing it, but I was singing it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm on head out.
I was singing it as you started talking.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It was ahead of the curve.
But yeah, but you know,
I've been complicit in a lot of things. I put that on your page.
you're right, you did.
I've been complicit.
We all have. And I think, like I said, like making it a practice to like kind of, and you said even like your wife starts to know like some of your emotional triggers, and for us to even know some of ours as well, because while we used to get on Corey, I'd much rather have moments like that now than to me like walking around like a zombie all day, or like all day for like weeks, and don't know what's going on, or like shutting down entirely. Like so now, like I just got to a point now to where I can identify as like I need to cry. Like I will say it out loud to myself. I need to cry. Or like, hey, my emotions are off today. And now I know like all the signs to where it's like, all right, well, hamstring acting up, jaws tight. I feel it like top of my back. I feel it physically, and then it's like, all right, that workout just didn't hit like I thought it would. And then, cause I'm a delayed processor. Like I go into action first, and then I start noticing certain things, and then like it'll hit me. And so it's like almost like it's a whole event. But they're a lot frequent now. I just cried last week. I've been doing a lot of writing recently, and the prompts that I've like been curating, like they're so deep level that it's caused me to revisit things, and I didn't process it entirely. Whether it was good, bad, or like the last thing I was writing out about a relationship that didn't work out, and we did on great terms. It just didn't work out, and I never realized like I didn't grieve the part where like the hope I had. And I'm like, shit, I was really excited about that. It just didn't work, and it wasn't like it was great. Like it just isn't working, and it was just grieving that. I'm like, damn, like, and I was writing about it 2 days ago, and I haven't cried yet. I might cry. Honestly, I'll probably cry today that we all got together and talk. But
you gonna cry in the car.
It's just knowing certain things, and people talked about like anime things, like things we watch. Like for me, if there's any father-son moment on TV,
got me.
Yeah, I'm checked out. I gotta put it on pause.
Yeah, I'm about like Corey, man. Any show, movie, I'll cry over a Marvel movie, bro. It don't matter, like.
It's like that moment they had.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
Violins start coming in.
Oh my God. And a character development moment, like when someone like overcame everything and now like they're triumphant.
I feel it slipping. And I won't watch this anymore!
Away from him too, like
Oh boy, I become a waterbender at that point. Just come down.
Make-A-Wish kid joints to be on ESPN, bro. Let me see one of them.
Oh boy, yeah, man.
Start thinking about how blessed I am. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
I just had an epiphany for me. I love hood movies. I love hood flicks, Tubi, all the things, right? And I think I love them because it's always about getting out of where you at. Right? And I love a good underdog story because I believe that a lot in my life was underdog, in my family, underdog, in my community, underdog. And so the idea of making it out, I don't care how bad the acting is, it's the storyline, the premise, right? Like the storyline be trash. I mean, not the storyline, but the acting be trash.
When? Not to get involved. This apartment beauty.
But the storyline is, he just wanted to make it out. And then he made it, or he was about to make it, and he got shot in the back. God, Ricky. He was out here.
Yeah, right.
Why you ain't jump back across the fence? Why you just go down the alley? Straight through the fence, bro. You should have said, oh,
He was a running back, like,
Right, you should have.
you got the lateral wiggle.
I know you know how to cut it. I know you know.
I know you know.
All them buildings you ain't dug off in one,
And not one of them.
you gonna run down the alley straight.
But and they hit him with a shotgun.
That's the next
A 2-barrel sawed-off
from far.
That's how straight he was going.
So
That's hilarious.
even worse.
That's how straight. That's crazy.
My bad.
It's getting here regardless.
I'm sorry.
But it was something you were saying earlier about the 2-year-olds.
Yeah.
And Deontay Kyle was talking about the other day on the podcast when he was saying that there is really an age where we can all probably think of to where we were cut off from receiving like empathy from adults. Like, no, you okay? Like, stop crying, things of that nature. So we learn how to cut that portion off. I mean, I'll say most of us. I mean, some people stayed in tune with everything. Like, I know a few people that like, I'm this is who I am. I don't care what you say, but that there was no reward for tears, so we learn how to suppress them, and then we see a whole lot of violent men in society covering up a wound simply because no one like hugged them or told me it was okay or whatever it was. And also, he said the same thing where like that's why like guys dap each other up so much. I remember it was one time I was at I was working at retail and I saw 2 black guys like outside the store, and they were sitting there, and I heard them say, "Oh man, it's been forever since I seen you." It was a 45-minute conversation. They dapped each other up 8 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was like 3 goodbye, like, all right, I'm gonna be out. So they still didn't go. And it took me back to, I think I was like in the 7th grade, to where the teacher asked the classroom, she said, who do you think like friends touch each other more?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like physical contact, like boys or girls? And the whole classroom unanimously said girls. She said no. It's got to be when she described the same thing of like they dapping each other up or like play fighting and stuff like that. It was, we all realized that. And then, so you have to think like, is that our way of having some sort of affection, like in a very like disguised way? Because humans need 8 hugs a day to be considered like healthy. And so there's different ways of physical contact with disguise because we stopped getting it at a certain point. You were saying something earlier about letting emotions control you. Speak more about that if you don't mind.
I would say like, again, it was more so the emotions controlling your character, like taking you outside of who you typically are.
Gotcha.
Allowing it to put you in a space where you can harm somebody else, harm yourself, whatever those cases may be, or cases may be. I think that's what I was referring to in that moment.
I thought that's what you were getting at. Yeah.
So
I gotta, so y'all know what I do for a living. So
no, we don't. Tell us.
No. There's a guy that I'm connected to who is a certified grief informed therapist, practitioner, actually, so CGIP. But he, we were in the similar setting where we were kind of recording some things and talking through like grieving, and the way he explained this idea of how men suppress their emotions, but then when you look on the news or not even the news, but just like realizing the things that are happening. We start talking about things that's common, unfortunately, is domestic violence, right? Like those are emotional responses. And so for men to not have emotions, but all of these emotional experiences are happening, right? But nobody's addressing the emotions of men. And so for him, he was like, bro, that's my mission. Like, bro, you got emotions. And it's coming out in very toxic and very unhealthy ways. Because how do you have a domestic violence experience, whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, financially, sexual, whatever it is, and it's not from an emotional space?
You know, they're not often categorized as that.
Facts.
Like, that blew my mind.
You welcome.
So, as we were wrapping, I appreciate you all coming today and contributing to this conversation. It was really rich, and we have a lot of content, a lot to think about. So I just want to ask you, as you leave today, what are you leaving with, or what do you want somebody else to leave with? And you can just give just one word. We start with Corey.
Oh man, connectedness.
On brand.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I probably said humanity.
Favorite word.
I'm gonna say leap, as in go for what you want.
Journey. No. Connectedness. Humanity. Leap. Journey. Mine would be keep it simple. Hope.
Keep that.
Keep it. But you know, while we're here, it's really racking my mind, like organic frequencies. How did you come about this? Is this something that we should look forward to more?
Yeah. Actually, I have a lot ideas that I want to actualize on. We did 3 probably 12 tracks of Damn, which probably do 3 more recordings of this to get at some of the other ones. Also, as I said, I've been writing, so I'm gonna share some of my writing. So I've actually been doing a writing album. I'll tell you more about that later. And I want to do some writing prompts for anybody who would like to engage. But also, more importantly, it's a listening space. Like you're saying, humanity, so listening space for humanity. And I think we uncovered a lot today. And all you need, sometimes you just need someone to listen. And what I realized, just living my life, sometimes people don't have anybody to listen. And so, which is why, like on the page, there's a link for a Google form if someone just want to put their story in or something they want someone to hear. Because I'm a really good listener. I like to think something told so. And definitely look for what I want it to be communal. I don't want to just be constantly talking. I think there's too much talking at people and not enough talking to people and talking with people. And so I think that's really part of my mission, is that I want everyone to feel like they have a space. And if you don't have a space, you can come in. Today was really focused on men. However, I listen to everybody, and no matter the demographic. And I want people to feel like they're heard, because I feel like the moment we start doing that we see more healing in the world. So with that, we wrap.
Baby, we can fly away. Take you to my hideaway. I can love you night and day. Show you to the finer things, finer things. Baby, we can fly away. Me and you. Take you to my hideaway. Cancun. I can love you night and day. Show you to the finer things, finer things. Afternoon cruise. Then after that, get some afternoon food. Then after that, get